Dear students, last week we discussed about useful microorganisms. Today we are discussing about the harmful microorganisms. So microorganisms are harmful in many ways. Okay, if we compare their usefulness, it will be you can say that overcome by their harmfulness. Some of the microorganisms cause diseases in human beings, plants, and animals. Such disease causing microorganisms are called pathogens. Okay, so disease causing microorganisms are called pathogens. Some microorganisms spoil food, clothing, and leather. Let us study more about their harmful activities. Okay, so every coin has two sides. So as you know, when we are reading about economic importance, okay, one term it will become as you go in higher classes economic importance. So in this you are reading about useful activities and harmful activities also of bacteria, okay, or microorganisms. So that's why it is known as economic importance. When we are called as the economic importance, it means we are looking for its benefits also and its diseases, whatever harm it does to us. Okay, so causing microorganism in humans. So first, in this you have to read about the humans only mainly. Pathogens enter our body through the air we breathe, the water we drink, or the food we eat. Okay, they can also get transmitted by direct contact with an infected person or carried by an animal. So these are the means by which a pathogen enters into our body. Okay, so microbial diseases that can spread from an infected person to a healthy person through air, water, food, or physical contact are called communicable diseases. Okay, so communicable संक्रामक रोग आपने सुना होगा. Communicable means it can be spread through to a healthy person if we get in contact with a infected person. Okay, so through by means of air, water, food, or any physical contact. Okay, so example of such diseases include cholera, common cold, chickenpox, and tuberculosis. Okay, so these are the microbial activities. Okay, diseases which are caused in humans. So when a person suffering from common cold sneezes, fine droplets of moisture carrying thousands of viruses are spread in the air. The virus may enter the body of a healthy person while breathing and cause infection. Okay, sometime when you are in your class or in your home also, if a person get infected by this sneezing, okay, if he getting cold, so eventually you can look that whole family or in whole class will be infected by them. Okay, so that's why it is every time, okay, prescribe that whenever you sneezes you have to be a hanky or handkerchief with you. Okay, so you can uh, stop the spread of this disease. Okay, so like this nowadays precautions we all also measure for this COVID-19. So now Pujo, tell that then how do you prevent the spread of communicable diseases. Okay, so it's a very much you can say the question which can be come in mind of every person, that how can we uh, prevent from these diseases. Okay, so we understand about them. So there are so Paheli has the answer. We should keep a handkerchief on the nose and mouth while sneezing. Okay, it is better to keep a distance from the infected persons. So this is the major prevention which can be do. There are some insects and animals which act as carriers of disease causing microbes. Okay, as the name suggests, carriers. Okay, carriers means vahak. Okay, from one place to they are you can say that they are as a carrier. Okay, as we use bus as a carrier. Okay, for our you can say the transport. So like this, these are also you can say that act as the carriers of disease causing microbes. Okay, such as housefly is one such carrier. The flies sit on the garbage and animal excreta. Okay, pathogens stick to their bodies. When these flies sit on uncovered food, they may transfer the pathogens. Whoever eats the contaminated food is likely to get sick. Okay, so it is advisable to always keep food covered avoid consuming uncovered items of food. Another example of a carrier is the female Anopheles mosquito, okay, which figure you will be shown in figure 2.8, which carries the parasite of malaria. Okay, its botanical name is you can say that its scientific name is plasmodium. Okay, so female aedes mosquito acts as carrier of dengue viruses. So you have to understand that there are different type of mosquitoes. Okay, for the malaria anopheles, okay, for dengue fever it's aedes. Okay, both are females. How can the female Aedes mosquito acts as a carrier of virus. How can we control the spread of malaria or dengue? Okay, so now the question is coming: how can you stop that to spread the malaria or dengue? Okay, so you can see the figure also 2.8 female Anopheles mosquito is given here. Pahli had a question also: why does the teacher keep telling us not to let water collect anywhere in the neighborhood? Okay, as you live in hilly area, here is the problem of malaria not so common. Okay, so in if you go outside Delhi and etc. north side, so you can easily understand that this is a major problem in that cities. Okay, in major cities. So because these anopheles mosquitoes will be, you can say that reproduce mainly in the you can say light water or stagnant water. Okay, so you will be get aware about it. All mosquitoes breed in water. Okay, hence one should not let water collect anywhere in coolers, tires, flower pot, etc. Okay, so nowadays the rainy season, so you have to be keep aware about it. Okay, so by keeping the surroundings clean and dry, we can prevent mosquitoes from breeding. Try to make a list of measures which help to avoid the spread of malaria. Now there is a table given in which some common human diseases caused by microorganisms are given. Okay, it is important for your examination purposes or if you preparing for any competition exam also. So human diseases, tuberculosis is causative microorganisms bacteria. Okay, you have to every time understand that which are the causative microorganisms of which disease. Mode of transmission air. Okay, and measles, and it is uh, caused by viruses. Its mode of transmission also air. Chickenpox virus air or in contact, or polio air on water. Okay, so these are the diseases. And preventive measures. What are the preventive measures for these four diseases? It's common for all four diseases. Keep the patient in complete isolation. Keep the personal belongings of the patient away from those of the others. Vaccination to be given at suitable age. Okay, so nowadays you understand that vaccination is every time done in whenever a child is born. Okay, so vaccination process will be continued to prevent these diseases. Then cholera and typhoid. Okay, there are two diseases which are caused by the bacteria. It is mode of transmission in the water and food, and water for second one. So preventive measures are maintain personal hygiene and good sanitary habits, consume properly cooked food, okay, and boiled drinking water, and vaccination is also a preventive measure for these diseases. Then hepatitis A. Hepatitis A is caused by virus and it is spread by water. Drink boiled drinking water. Vaccination also. Then malaria, it caused by the protozoa. Mosquito, use mosquito net and repellents, spray insecticide and control breeding of mosquito by not allowing water to collect in the surroundings. Okay, so this is the major prevention. You have to not allow the water to collect in your surroundings, in your nearby area, mainly fresh water. Now we will be understand about the disease causing microorganism in animals. Okay, several microorganisms not only cause disease in humans and plants, but also in other animals. For example, anthrax is a dangerous human and cattle diseases caused by a bacterium. Okay, so anthrax will be caused in both. Foot and mouth disease of cattle is caused by a virus. Okay, so Robert Koch discovered the bacterium Bacillus anthrax, which cause anthrax disease. Okay, so Robert Koch in 1876 discovered the bacterium Bacillus anthracis. So disease causing microorganisms in plant, if we talk about plants now, several microorganisms cause diseases in plants like wheat, rice, potato, sugarcane, orange, apple and other. The disease reduce the yield of crops. See table 2.2 for some such plant diseases. They can be controlled by the suitable methods. So first we check the plant diseases caused by microorganisms. So citrus canker, okay, it is merely common disease in plants, citrus canker, which is caused by bacteria, and its mode of transmission is air. Rust of wheat, its microorganism is fungi, okay, and mode of transmission is air and sheet. Then yellow vein mosaic of bhindi, okra, okay, okra is called, and virus, and it modes of transmission in insects. Okay, very few are given in your book, but many plant diseases are also caused by these microorganisms. Then food poisoning. What more major effect is coming? Food poisoning. Puja was invited by his friend to a party and he ate a variety of food stuff. On reaching home, he started vomiting and had to be taken to a hospital. The doctor said that this condition could be due to food poisoning. Paheli wonders how food can become a poison. Okay, so food poisoning could be due to the consumption of food spoiled by some microorganisms. Okay, so microorganisms that grow on our food sometimes produce toxic substances. So these make the food poisonous, causing serious illness and even death. So it is very important that we preserve food to prevent it from being spoiled. Okay, refrigeration can be done, or mainly whenever after 4 or 5, if you take any food after 4 or 5 hours, so you can boil it. Okay, sometime for provide heat it, so microorganisms can killed. Okay, so these are the minimum precautions which can you done, and always try to eat fresh foods. Okay, so preservative methods. So now we have to use some preservative methods also, okay, for food preservation. So in chapter first we have learned about the methods used to preserve and store food grains. How do you preserve cooked food at home? You know that bread left unused under moist condition is attacked by fungus. Okay, I already told you about that. Microorganisms spoil our food. Spoiled food emits bad smell and has a bad taste and changed color. So is spoiling of a food common reaction, chemical reaction? So Paheli bought some mangoes, but she could not eat them for a few days. Later she found that they were spoiled and rotten. But she knows that the mango pickle her grandmother makes does not spoil for a long time. She is confused now. Okay, so this is very common problem. Sometimes it occur with you also. So now you will get your answers. So let us study the common methods of preserving food in our homes. Okay, we have to save it from the attack of microorganisms. So some chemical methods are also used. Salt and edible oils are the common chemicals generally used to check the growth of microorganisms. Therefore, they are called preservatives. Okay, salt and edible oils. We add salt or acid preservatives to pickles to prevent the attack of microbes. Sodium benzoate and sodium metabisulfite are common preservative. Okay, so name should be you have to learn. Okay, two names: sodium benzoate and sodium metabisulfite. These are common preservatives used in food. So these are also used in jams and squashes to check their spoilage. Okay, so in our home mainly which are used prevention by common salt. So common salt has been used to preserve meat and fish for ages. Meat and fish are covered with dry salt to check the growth of bacteria. Salting is also used to preserve amla, raw mangoes, tamarind, etc. Then we also preserve food by sugar. Jams, jellies, and squeezes are preserved by sugar. Sugar reduces the moisture content, which inhibits the growth of bacteria, which spoil food. Okay, these are simple things you can understand easily. Preservation by oil and vinegar. Use of oil and vinegar prevents spoilage of pickles because bacteria cannot live in such an environment. Vegetables, fruits, fish, and meat are often preserved by this method. Heat and cold treatments. So this treatment also done in refrigeration. You must have observed your mother boiling milk before it is stored. stored or used. Okay, boiling kills many microorganisms, so boiling must be done. And similarly, we keep our food in the refrigerator. Low temperature inhibits the growth of microbes. So maximum temperature and minimum temperature. Okay, low temperature, high temperature, both are you can say that bacteria may be killed or become inactive at their stages. So why does the milk that comes in packets not spoiled? My mother told me that the milk is pasteurized. What is pasteurization? Okay, now Bujo was want to know that what is this. So pasteurized milk can be consumed without boiling, okay, as it is free from harmful microbes. The milk is heated to about 70 degrees centigrade for 15 to 30 seconds and then suddenly chilled and stored. Okay, you have to learn that uh, you can use it without boiling after that, but if you taken from market and using after some time, okay, for from 1 hour 2 hours, so you have to boil also. But microorganisms are not in that because the milk is heated about 70 degrees centigrade, very much high temperature, okay, just for 15 to 30 seconds and then suddenly chilled and stored. So by doing this, it prevent the growth of microbes. This process was discovered by Louis Pasteur. Okay, that's why its name given pasteurization. Okay, so that's why the name of Louis Pasteur is called as a pasteurization method. And storage and packing, if we talk about storage and packing, these days dry fruits and even vegetables are sold in sealed airtight packets to prevent the attack of microbes. Okay, so anaerobic environment may be make there, but still some, you know that some bacteria can grow anaerobically, can respire anaerobically. So whenever you use any dry fruit, okay, any dates etc, so please uh, you have to treat with warm water. Okay, after that you can wash them with the warm water, then use it. Okay, so these are some general methods of prevention of our food, and we already understand about their harmfulness in this chapter. Okay, nitrogen fixation we will done in next week. Okay.